Well, hi, my name is Austyn Taylor. This is my show, Soft Machine at Kantor Gallery.
Why'd you call it Soft Machine?
Well, there's a lot of work here, working in clay. It made a lot of sense. It's a William Burroughs book about the human body. And we're going into the bunny bodies. And some of them are named after different philosophers, and some of them are named after people I know. And some are named after gods. So it's about these different sort of spirit-holding vessels, like in each character.
Have you always been making characters?
Oh yeah, yeah.
From the very beginning?
Well, I was hardcore drawing. I was always a drawer.
One of the iconic parts of your work is the vibrant colors. How do you get it so vibrant?
Oh, it's a combination of different like pigments and underglazes and glazes and sort of like layering. It's kind of like a do-si-do between different materials to get that different surface. So some are more reflective, some are more matte.
Tell us about sort of the textures and stuff that you bring to each one.
So I came from like a painting background, and I was always focused on the character. I stopped painting because it just took too long to make it look 3D. So when you get into clay, then it's like instantly 3D, like half the battle's done. And so it's just been like a really fun exploration. There's a zillion things to do with clay. Like I really feel like you should try it. It's great. Some of them I use like wood stick palette things to make the marks. Others I like pick out. Some are just like squooshed, you know, which is super fun. This stuff is built solid, so I just literally out of the bag and it's just like halfway done. You just do a couple of things, and then some of them are built like with slab, so it's like a flat curving of stuff. Oh, can I show you these guys too?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
All right, so this guy, this is Coil Building. Oh, here's a fun fact. I got a D in ceramics in high school because I hated coil building. And look at this, hey, you know, it's like a whole thing. And yeah, and I'm making some really big ones of these now, and it's super fun. And they fire really well. I don't know if you know about clay, like what it does in the kiln is, well, like, so you make the clay thing and then it shrinks. And then you put it in the kiln and it shrinks and expands and it like kind of breathes. And when you do coil, it's like a really nice compression. It's like a slinky.
Take us from the very beginning, how you got into clay and sort of how we got to here.
Oh, that's a good story. Okay, I'll tell that. So I was a painter and illustrator originally, and then I got a degree in art education. I was a middle school art teacher out in Denver, Colorado for a while. I got the job off Craigslist. It was like an old like Kmart set up quick kind of school. The room I got into was like by the way, the art teacher quit the first day of school, so these kids were crazy. The room was trashed, and I show up, and 40 bags of garbage later, I found an entire wall of boxes of clay. And I'm like, oh, I guess we'll do this now. You know, it's the material that's here. And I got the stuff out, and boy, those kids were like so happy. You know, it was like peace on earth, like no problem. So then I just kind of like learned on the job doing clay, didn't know too much about it, and working with the kids, it was awesome. You know, what the kids would say is like, oh, Miss Taylor, you should be an artist, you know? I was like, you're right, and I quit, and that was it, you know?
Also curious about sort of social media and what it's like to sell directly to collectors and how that sort of impacted your practice.
Yeah, well, see, I tried it the old-fashioned way. Like, I remember I sent out like 300 postcards to like every gallery on earth back when I was in grad school. I got one back from Copenhagen, actually, in Denmark, and I would send emails out and not get anything back, and then it's like, all right, well, I'm just gonna like make work, and you know, these residencies often like provide me like living expenses or a place to live, and so I had the time to like develop stuff, and yeah, it's been awesome. Like the direct sales, and now I have like a lot of gallery interest, and I don't know, it's a trip. It's nice to have everything in a gallery and like see them all together and see what's like, you know, because sometimes you just like, you lose your friends and it's like, oh, where'd you go, you know? But yeah.
How has art changed your life?
Oh, it's always been a huge part of my life, you know? I mean, I've had these characters with me for as long as I can remember. It's like, you know, they're me, and it's like, they demand to be made, and I make them, and it's cool. I don't know, it's an interesting Relationship, yeah. I mean, it's all I do, really. Like being here is like, whoa.